Hello everyone! Today we're going to talk about the first chapter of the book, Getting to Yes. The name of the chapter is Don't Bargain Over Positions. But what is the meaning of this? Bargaining over position is the same as distributive negotiation, as we saw in class. Distributive negotiation or bargaining over position is when you see the other side as your enemy and you want to win the battle no matter what. You have a resistance point and you are not going to change your position, like in the case of buying a used car. The seller is going to give you an initial offer, but then you will give arguments to lower the price. You can say, for example, I can see the tires are not in a good condition. Can I have a better price? And then the seller is going to look for reasons for not moving the price. For example, we just made the car's maintenance last week. I cannot move the price, I'm sorry. And you will continue with the process trying to convince the seller to lower the price until you get the price you want. And maybe if you don't get it, negotiation may break down. Why is not a recommended method? Why? Because a good negotiation method may accomplish at least three elements. Number one, it should produce a wise agreement, in case agreement is possible. Number two, it should be efficient. Number three, it should improve, at least not damage, the relationship between the parties. That's why bargaining over position is not the best method. We're going to explain why. Number one, arguing over positions produces unwise agreements. Your ego becomes identified with your positions. In this case, the ego becomes more important to you than the solutions to the problem. You care a lot about being the winner. You care a lot about feeling the power and the authority to have the biggest part of the cake. And you stop thinking with logic. You lost the big picture here. In the book, they give the example of President Kennedy during the Cold War, when he had to negotiate with the Soviet Union. Both countries had to accept receiving inspectors in its territory to demonstrate they didn't have nuclear weapons. The question was, how many inspectors per year should each country be permitted in its territory to investigate suspicious events? The Soviet Union finally agreed to 3 inspections. The USA insisted no one less than 10. As you can see, both had strong resistance points and they didn't change their positions, so the negotiation at the end broke down. They were bargaining over positions and they were not able to reach an agreement. They could be more open and discuss other alternatives, like what involves an inspection, how many persons will participate in each inspection, how much time was going to take for each inspection. They could analyze all the details and find solutions of benefit for both countries, but they didn't because they were so close to their positions. Number two, arguing over positions is inefficient because persons, they are not able to change their positions. They are not able to listen to the other party and change their minds. That's why negotiation takes a lot of time and is very difficult to convince the other. And maybe you have the big risk that no agreement will be reached at all. Number three, this kind of negotiation, positional bargaining, is not good for the relationship. Why? Because it is like a competition, and each side will use its power to force the other to change its position. So what is the result? Anger and resentment for both parties. So what happens? Commercial companies, for example, that have been doing business together for years may finish their relationship after a negotiation like this. And the same could happen with friends, neighbors, or even wives and husbands, because they have this kind of battle or enemies in their relationship. So this is not good for them. And at the end, you as a company, you're going to be very damaged because your customers are going to walk away. Then, what would be a better strategy? Is it better that instead of considering the other side as your enemy, you should consider the other side as your friend? Could it work? Well, you can see in your book, you have a table like this. You can see the difference between soft negotiators and hard negotiators. For example, if you are soft, participants are friends. In the case of hard, participants are adversaries. In the soft case, the goal is agreement. For the hard people, the goal is victory. In the case of the soft, you need to trust others, but in the case of the hard, you need to distrust others. Okay, so what is best strategy? What is your kind of negotiation style, soft or hard? Well, we have another alternative. In this book, they are proposing us another method that is called the principal negotiation or the Harvard method, or the same integrative negotiation. Because this kind of method is just in the middle. It's not soft, it is not hard, but it's in the middle. For example, looking in your book below, you can see another table here, and you can compare the soft, the hard, and the principal negotiator. The soft case, participants are friends. The hard, participants are adversaries. The principal, participants are problem solvers. So the best strategy is not becoming the friend of the other side. It's not becoming the adversaries of the other side. You need to focus in solutions in the case of this specific negotiation. Okay? Like for the soft ones, the goal is agreement. For the hard ones, the goal is victory. For the principal negotiation, the goal is a wise outcome reached efficiently and amicably. Okay, as you can see here, you are just in the middle. You don't have to trust others. You don't have to distrust others. You need to proceed independent of trust because this is not a friendship. This is not a battle. This is a professional negotiator. Okay, so you need to be looking for the best alternative, the logic and efficient solution here. So, finally, guys, the principal negotiation or the Harvard method, that is the same as integrative negotiation, that is in this book, is proposing like 4 steps for the negotiation. First one, separate the people from the problem. Number 2, focus on interest, not positions. Number 3, invent options of mutual gain. And number 4, insist on using objective criteria. Don't worry if you don't understand of these elements at the beginning because for the next chapters of the book, we're going to analyze each one of these elements. Okay? So, well guys, I guess that's it for today. I will see you in the next class, and I hope you have a great day. Thank you for your attention. Bye-bye.